Hello, my little love. Did you have a good day today? I hope something made you smile. Now take a slow breath, relax your shoulders, and let your mind get soft and quiet. It's time for a gentle bedtime story. Once upon a time, in a countryside where golden wheat fields swayed like gentle waves and the sky stretched wide and blue, there lived a donkey who had worked on a farm for many, many years. He had pulled carts filled with hay, carried sacks of grain, and helped his farmer in every way he could. The donkey had kind eyes and soft gray fur, and he had always done his work with patience and care. But as the seasons passed and the donkey grew older, his legs became tired and his steps grew slower. One quiet morning, as butterflies danced among the wildflowers, the donkey overheard his farmer talking about finding him a new home where he could rest. The donkey heart felt heavy at first, but then a warm thought bloomed in his mind like a flower opening to the sun. He had heard stories of a beautiful town called Bremen, where music filled the streets and where perhaps an old donkey who loved to sing might find a new purpose and a new family. So with the farmer's gentle blessing and a kind pat on his nose, the donkey set off down the dusty road toward Bremen. His hooves made a soft clip-clop sound on the path, and he hummed a little tune to keep himself company. The morning air smelled of honeysuckle and fresh grass, and though he didn't know what adventures awaited him, he felt peaceful and curious, like a leaf floating gently down a stream. He hadn't walked very far when he noticed something resting by the side of the road. As he drew closer, he saw it was a dog, lying in the shade of an old oak tree. The dog had floppy brown ears and a tail that looked like it had once wagged with great enthusiasm. Now the dog looked tired, his chin resting on his paws, his eyes thoughtful and distant. "Hello there, friend," said the donkey softly, his voice warm as summer honey. "Why do you rest here looking so contemplative on such a lovely day?" The dog lifted his head and gave a small, weary smile. "I am old now," he said gently, "and my running days are behind me. I used to help my master by guarding the farm, but my legs aren't as quick as they once were, and my bark isn't as loud. I'm not sure where I belong anymore." The donkey sat down carefully beside the dog, and they were quiet together for a moment, listening to the wind whisper through the oak leaves. Then the donkey said, "I'm traveling to Bremen to become a musician. I may be old, but I can still sing, and perhaps the world needs the song of an old donkey. Would you like to come with me? Perhaps together we can make something beautiful." The dog's eyes brightened like stars appearing at dusk. "Music," he said softly. "Yes, I think I would like that very much. I may not run fast anymore, but I can still howl a fine tune." And so the two friends set off together, the donkey clip-clop and the dog's soft patting, making a gentle rhythm on the road, while they practiced harmonizing, their voices blending in the peaceful afternoon air. As they walked through a meadow dotted with daisies and clover, where bees hummed their drowsy songs, they heard a sound that made them pause. It was a sad meowing, coming from beneath a hawthorn bush covered in white blossoms. They found a cat there, sitting very still, her orange and white fur ruffled by the breeze, her green eyes filled with a quiet sadness. "Dear cat," said the dog kindly, settling down near her, "what troubles you on this beautiful day?" The cat sighed, a sound like wind through feathers. I am growing old, she said softly. My paws are not as quick at catching mice as they once were, and I spend more time napping in the sun than I do working. I worry that I'm no longer useful, and I'm not sure what my purpose is anymore. The donkey lowered his head gently and said, We're traveling to Bremen to become musicians. Each of us is older now, yes, but we have discovered that age brings new gifts. Would you join us? I've heard cats have the most beautiful singing voices, especially in the moonlight. The cat's whiskers twitched with interest, and slowly, like a flower turning toward the sun, she began to smile. Music, she purred. Yes, I have always loved to sing under the stars. I would be honored to join you. She stood and stretched, her movements graceful even in her elder years, and together the three friends continued down the road, now practicing a trio that made the birds in the trees pause to listen. The sun was beginning to paint the sky in shades of peach and lavender when they came upon a farmyard. There, perched on a fence post, was a rooster with magnificent feathers that caught the light like copper and gold. But instead of crowing proudly, the rooster looked downcast, his head tucked low, making soft, sorrowful sounds. Good evening, friend rooster, called the cat in her gentlest voice. The sky is putting on such a lovely show of colors, yet you seem sad. Can we help? The rooster looked up and his eyes were kind but weary. I have crowed every morning for many years, he said quietly, waking the farm with my song. But I am older now, and my crow is not as strong as it once was. I heard the farmer say that perhaps it's time for a younger rooster, one whose voice is louder and brighter. I'm not sure what will become of me. The three friends looked at each other, and then the donkey spoke with warmth in his voice. We are all traveling to Bremen to become musicians. We are all older, and we have all felt uncertain about our place in the world. But together, we are discovering that our voices matter, that there is beauty in every stage of life. Will you join us? A rooster's crow is like a trumpet welcoming the dawn, and we would be honored to have you in our group. The rooster's feathers seemed to brighten, and he flapped his wings with renewed energy. Musicians, he said, and his voice lifted with hope. Yes, I would very much like to make music with friends. He flew down from the fence post and joined the others, and now they were four, each practicing their special sounds as twilight deepened around them. As the stars began to appear one by one, like silver seeds scattered across dark velvet, the four friends found themselves in a forest. The trees rose tall around them, their branches creating gentle patterns against the evening sky. The friends were growing tired and thought they should find a place to rest for the night. It was the rooster, with his sharp eyes, who noticed a soft glow of light through the trees. Look there, he said quietly. Perhaps there's a cottage where we might ask for shelter. The four friends made their way slowly toward the light, moving carefully through the soft moss and fallen leaves that cushioned their steps. When they reached the edge of a clearing, they found a cozy cottage with warm light spilling from its windows. But as they drew nearer, they could see through the window that the cottage was occupied by a group of robbers who had clearly made it their hideout. The friends watched as the robbers counted coins and ate a feast, looking quite at home in the cottage that didn't belong to them. The donkey, dog, cat, and rooster huddled together and whispered quietly. This cottage should belong to someone who would love and care for it, said the dog thoughtfully. "Perhaps we can encourage these fellows to move along and find honest work instead," said the cat. The rooster nodded. "And then perhaps we could rest here for the night," he added hopefully. So the four friends came up with a gentle plan. The donkey stood by the window. The dog carefully climbed onto the donkey back. The cat gracefully leapt onto the dog's back. And the rooster flew up to perch on the cat's head. Then, all together, they began to make music. The donkey brayed his deep, soulful song. The dog howled his harmonious tune. The cat added her melodious meowing. And the rooster crowed his trumpet-like call. Together, their voices created such an unexpected and magnificent sound, echoing through the quiet forest, that the robbers jumped up from their table in complete surprise. The robbers, who had never heard such a sound and who perhaps felt guilty about taking a cottage that wasn't theirs, decided very quickly that it was time to leave and find a better path in life. They hurried out the back door and disappeared into the forest, leaving behind the cottage and all they had taken. The four friends waited until the forest grew quiet again, then they carefully entered the cottage. Inside, they found a fire burning warmly in the hearth, comfortable beds, and even some food that the robbers had left behind. The donkey, dog, cat, and rooster looked at each other with joy and gratitude. "We set out to find Bremen," said the dog softly, "but perhaps we've found something even better." "We've found each other," purred the cat, settling herself by the warm fire. "And we've found a home," added the rooster, ruffling his feathers contentedly. The donkey smiled his gentle smile and said, "Sometimes the journey gives us exactly what we need, even if it's not quite what we expected." The four friends decided to make the cottage their home. They spent their days in peaceful harmony, tending a small garden where vegetables grew in neat rows and flowers bloomed in cheerful colors. They would practice their music together, their voices blending in songs that echoed through the forest and made other animals stop to listen and smile. The donkey discovered he could still carry things, but now it was baskets of vegetables from their garden. The dog found his purpose guarding their happy home, though mostly he just welcomed visitors with gentle woofs and a wagging tail. The cat kept their cottage free of mice, though she also spent long, peaceful hours napping in sunny windows. And the rooster continued to crow each morning, his voice now full of joy and purpose, waking his dear friends to greet each new day. Sometimes, travelers passing through the forest would hear the music coming from the cottage and would stop to listen. They would hear a donkey bray, a dog's howl, a cat's meow, and a rooster's crow, all woven together in a song that spoke of friendship and belonging, of second chances and the beauty of growing older together. The four friends never did make it to Bremen, but they discovered something more valuable than fame or fortune. They found that home is not a place you travel to, but a feeling you create with those who love and accept you exactly as you are. They learned that every voice matters, that there is no such thing as too old to begin again, and that the very best music comes from hearts that sing together. And so the donkey, dog, cat, and rooster lived peacefully in their forest cottage for many years. On quiet evenings, when the moon rose full and bright above the trees, they would gather outside and make their music, their voices rising together into the starlit sky. A celebration of friendship and the simple, perfect joy of having found exactly where they belonged. You did well today, my little love. Now let your eyes grow heavy. And let the night wrap around you like a soft blanket. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and rest deeply. Claude noon ai mio silsahal su ishabnida. Yundabil dasa hanban wagenhide juseo.